Good morning. How are you? Happy Tuesday. I'm excited to be here. First of all, let me just tell you how great you are, how awesome you are. There's nobody like you in this world. And for the simple fact that you decided to show up for yourself today is an absolute honor. It really is. Because let me tell you, there are so many people out there who are not choosing themselves today, but you decided to choose yourself today. So, with that being said, I want to welcome you to Morning Motivation. Here, the reason for this entire platform is to get you to not feel like you have to get out of the bed, but get you to want to get out of the bed. And we do that by getting you to see that you are not living for the job. You're not living for people. You're not living for all of these extra things, but you're living for your purpose. You're living for the fulfillment. You're living for the things that God has called you to do. And so, as I am speaking that to you, I am also speaking that to myself, which is why I started this. It's because of what I was feeling, the things that I was kind of dealing with. I needed to give myself something or a reason to actually get myself out of the bed, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. And I enjoy doing morning motivation with you all. And my name is Allysia Richardson. I am a brand strategist and business coach. And what that means is so say you got a business idea, an idea, nonprofit, whatever. I take that idea and I simplify it into reachable, actionable steps to get you to where you want to be. But also, the branding part comes in, is where I make it pretty enough to actually attract your ideal audience. All right. And so you can learn more about that on my website at arideafactory.com. But let's go ahead and jump into what we've been talking about this week. And so yesterday, we actually did an Come on. There we go. There we go. We're back up. All right. So I think we're having some Wi-Fi issues, and that is okay because today nothing is getting in our way. All right. So as I was saying yesterday, we talked about the introduction to self-sabotage, right? And so we talked about the definition, or I gave like a definition of sabotage. And so self sabotage is when we actively or passively take steps to prevent ourselves from reaching our goals. And so all this week, we're going to talk about these conscious and unconscious behaviors that we have or that we do, and things that we tell ourselves in order to like talk ourselves out of what we're supposed to be doing. And so today we're going to talk about avoidance versus walking away. And I wanted to call this like the self-righteous, or not self-righteous, but maybe a self-righteous complex. I don't, if that's like a thing already, I don't know. But I wanted to relate it back to this. And I say that because a lot of the times when we are, let me make sure I get over here. All right. So a lot of the times when we are like saying we're trying to be the bigger person, or we are hoping that to just kind of walk away and like avoid conflict altogether, sometimes it is a form of self-sabotage, just because we are not giving ourselves the opportunity to lean in to the experience. And it's in the experience is where we learn our lesson, right? It's in the experience of where we gain the benefits of the actual process. And so what we do, like I said yesterday, because we don't want to feel the pain, because we don't want to feel get triggered, or we don't want to we don't want to feel uncomfortable, right? We walk away. And it's true that there are times where somebody can push our button. That's right. Okay. All right, Miss Sabrina, I think that's you watching, but I can't necessarily see. So I think it's you. So good morning, Miss Sabrina. All right. So um okay, so yeah, so we don't lean into the experience, which doesn't allow us to really get the full process. Now, I need you guys to follow me here. All right. So yes, okay, I got yep, you said yes. Okay. So all right, so now here's the thing. We pray and we always ask God for the things that we want, right? We let him know the desires of our hearts. Okay. However, we sometimes feel like God doesn't answer the prayer, or we might say, you know what? I'm getting here. I'm going to this level, and the devil just trying to knock me back. Right? We say things like that, right? But there's sometimes where the process is sent by God, right? For us to go through to actually get those desires. So if we come across conflict, and we don't lean into of what we feel is conflict, because it may not just be conflict, it just could be your trigger, it could be something that you've dealt with, that you've experienced in your past, that's causing you to feel this way. But the other party, or whoever you're having that conflict with, or whatever you're having that conflict with, is not even feeling that way at all, right? So sometimes what God is trying to do is get us to face those triggers, get us to face the conflict of what we feel is pain to us. And so we have to go through those things in order to get to the other side of, well, I'll say the other side of the mountain, right? This church terms, okay? So with that being said, I want to present to you whatever that recent conflict was. And I'm going to share my recent conflicts. Whatever that recent conflict was, really think about it. Were you avoiding going forward, or were you really walking away so that it was the right thing to do? Now here's my current situation, or my story, right? So everyone knows, like, everyone knows, like, Caden is the person that I just go the hardest for. Why? Because it was like naysaying before he was born. He wasn't going to live, wasn't going to walk, talk, all of these things. So I work hard with getting him to these places. And with that, there was all these doctors telling me opposite of what I felt as a parent. And so with that, anytime that you're going against like professional opinions and professional understandings, or whatever, education, there's always going to be that, the feeling of, am I doing the right thing? Um, should I have really gone that route? Whatever. Okay. So, with that being said, I dealt with a lot of conflict and a lot of things when it came to him and his with medical things and all of that. So now this year, I wanted to put Caden in public school. Why? Because all this time since he's been born, hey, he needs to be in a public setting, so that he can get the social, get his social, be able to build his social skill. There we go. Be able to build his social skill. And so this year I said, okay, I think that Caden is ready to build he's already been building a social skill. He's very well rounded. However, in a school setting, which is very structured outside of being at a homeschool environment, right? And with all these other kids. So he's been around other kids, but now it's all these other kids that's 10 times what he's used to. So when I put him in there, right, here comes the avoidance. Or was I walking away? So I was writing the teacher, hey, I heard this, da 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 da, and I said, I feel uncomfortable with this, da 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 da. So as I'm writing the teacher, I'm like, I am not okay with the way she's responding. And I'm going to snatch Caden out of school. The very next day, I went to the school and I snatched him out of school. Now, here comes the question, right? Overcoming self-sabotage. Now, at this point, it's not just sabotaging myself and sabotaging the experience that I could have had with the school and getting him where he needs to be, but it's sabotage to him because did I pull him out too early? Did I leave the situation too early before anything could have gotten resolved? So that happened probably like the second month that school was in. And so I've had all this time to really think about it, talking it over with close friends and family members. And so they revealed to me that, Allysia, you don't give people the opportunity to mess up. Once they mess up, you are done. You cut them off. And that's always been my way. And as I thought about that, the reason I did that was because I'm not going to give you the opportunity to hurt me. I'm not going to give you the opportunity to bring me down. I will, and the reason why that is because in the past, it's like I felt like I was doing the right thing by not speaking up for myself, by not using my voice, right? So as I get older, all of that pain and taking all of that in and all that is just sitting right there. So now at this point, now I got a wall up. Now I got to protect myself. And so now I don't give the opportunity to learn new things. And so that's my story. That's why sabotage, I experience self sabotage a lot. But it's when you begin to become self aware of when you are self sabotaging and you begin to correct what you're doing and lean in, give yourself enough time and space to lean into the experience to say that this was this I should absolutely walk away. That's so true. Yes. Yes. And so for the rest of the week, we are going to jump into ways in which we self sabotage. So today was based off of, are we avoiding or are we walking away? And when I say walking away, I mean like it's about to come to fist fights, and this is absolutely not a good situation. And not just on your part, but on their part as well. But the avoidance piece is when you hear something and you immediately get upset, and what people say, oh, I feel it in my spirit, right? I get upset in my spirit. Or when they begin to say, you know what, I just don't feel right. I don't like the way you said that. Okay. So you have to begin to see those things, right? All right. So that's what we have today. What I want you to do is think about that. Are you avoiding, meaning not giving enough time in the experience to see if there was something for you in that? Or were you right to walk away? I hope you guys understood the difference with that. My name is Allysia Richardson, and it was great to see you. I hope you guys have a great, wonderful day. If you have any questions, you can let me know. I don't think I've ever asked if anyone's had any questions. But if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat. And also, if you have had, if you want to share this, please do. You can also visit my website and things like that. So, yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.